Good evening. My name is Kathy Flores, and I am the president of the Maria Peeples fan club. I also happen to be the diversity coordinator for the City of Appleton in the mayor's office. I have had the unique pleasure of knowing Maria since she was 6 years old. Even as a child, she was a community activist helping raise money for the local domestic violence shelter. As a preteen and teenager, Maria has been involved in many diversity issues, but none so close to her heart as working with the gay, lesbian, bisexual, transgender, and queer communities. Maria has often been met with resistance for her work that she does within the LGBT community, including in her own school. However, she continues on even in the face of adversity. Maria is such a rare young activist in that she really understands what anti-oppression work means and knows how to convey the importance of this work to others. I believe that her tireless and tenacious attitude in challenging heterosexual privilege is what has helped change minds and hearts in often very conservative areas, including her school. As the president of Appleton East High School in Appleton, Wisconsin, of her Great Gay Straight Alliance, she continually worked to create a safe space for all students, including allies. And at a state level, Maria has helped effectively end an era of discrimination in our schools by bringing LGBT youth into the discussion of sex education. She was able to help pass the Healthy Youth Act, which now prohibits materials that promote bias against students on the basis of sexual orientation. I am sure that one of Maria's proudest moments happened in October of 2009 when she attended the National Equality March in Washington, D.C., and as she was selected as one of 6 speakers on a national youth impact panel. She used her voice to address suicide and depression among LGBT youth, and she did this only 1 month after she came out herself. There are so many more things that Maria is doing or has done, including her work with youth in government, Planned Parenthood, sexual assault, and I could go on, and the sleepless nights that Maria has had could go on as well. But I only have these couple minutes, and I could barely cover 1/10 of what she's done. But a recent headline in our local newspaper about her, as she won another award, read, "Learning to Lead Others." Maria, it is truly all of us who are learning to follow your lead. You conquer in every single way, and I couldn't be prouder of you. And I couldn't be prouder to be a part of your community, your family, and part of your friendship's inner circle. You, my dear, are so amazing, and it's not because of everything that you do that's so amazing. It's because of who you are at your core and the essence of your spirit. So I would love to introduce the rest of you now to the amazing Maria Peeples.
Thank you very much. Thank you so much to GSA for Safe Schools for this honor and for all of the support that they provide all of us. I could use all of my time to talk about what heroes Brian and Tim are, but that would surely embarrass their cute and humble selves. Plus, Brian, like others mentioned, has put me on a time constraint. I will say, though, that this organization has changed my life beyond measure, filling me with more gratitude than I would ever be able to express to all of you tonight. There are several people with me who I would like to thank. First and foremost, Kathy Flores, who introduced me, who is a longtime friend and has been an incredible diversity coordinator for my city of Appleton, working tirelessly to support LGBTQ youth. She has been a huge inspiration to me and specializes in pep talks when activism can get hard, facing a lot of adversity on her own in order to be a pure example of someone who is making it better. Lana Teal, who unfortunately couldn't be here tonight, is the GSA advisor at Appleton East High School who has made it possible for our group to exist and thrive. Dealing at times with much opposition, Lana stepped up at a time when we didn't have an advisor or much of a presence at our school, and there isn't a single person at Appleton East who hasn't benefited from her leadership. My parents, Mary and Scott, are superstars who have put up with my activist lifestyle that is often more demanding on them, having to live with me, than it is on me. I'm grateful for them for standing by me and for raising my sister and I to be compassionate human beings, sporting a rainbow sticker on the family car long before they ever knew their daughter would grow up to be queer. My good friends, Amanda Harrington and Brian Christians, who have taught me so much about this work and helped me to discover my passion and direction. Amanda, who first got me involved with Planned Parenthood Advocates of Wisconsin, showed me what I want to do with the rest of my life and is such a fierce activist here in Madison. Her friendship and guidance in the best of times and in difficult times again makes me wonder how I got to be so lucky. And finally, to my two best friends, Ani and Jake, who have been able to join me tonight. Both are leaders in their own right, and I am blessed enough to be able to run the East GSA with Jake. I've watched Jake's courage and authenticity change minds and change systems in our community, and often find myself looking to both of them for inspiration. When I arrived at the Mackenzie Environmental Center 2 summers ago to attend the LTI Leadership Training Institute to develop my leadership and my GSA, I never could have imagined the courage and hope that I would find there. I identified publicly as a straight ally, knowing full well that that wasn't who I was, but convinced that I would be able to mask my true self for as long as I lived. But the power of GSA for Safe Schools transformed my shame into empowerment and my fear into action. Within one 4-day weekend, I was able to find pride in my queer identity and begin to heal the silence that too much time living falsely had created. Now, quiet is a word that is not regularly used to describe me, although the words just aren't coming to me to adequately say thank you to GSA for helping me find my voice. As Megan mentioned earlier, in September, we lost a member of our community so loved and cherished that it made for a brutal fall. As a peer mentor with GSAFE, I found motivation in the bravery of youth around the state and in the resiliency of everyone who does this work. As Cody Barker's peer mentor, there were times that I questioned my own involvement before quickly and constantly being reminded of how far we have come and how far we must continue to go to create spaces that are accepting and inclusive of LGBTQ youth. Over the last few years, I've learned so much about the importance of intersectionality in activism and advocacy, making a conscious effort to connect work for equality to other movements of social justice. I have found nothing more beautiful than the solidarity and connection that comes in people working together and cannot wait to make a life out of this work. Next year, I will be attending the University of San Francisco to study politics, legal studies, and gender studies with the hopes of working in reproductive justice and eventually running for office. I love my state of Wisconsin and will most likely be back, knowing that I have a broad base of activists turned family here that I could not live without. Thank you once again for joining me at this incredible event and continuing to be allies for all of our youth in the state of Wisconsin.